Dímelo, mi gente, bienvenidos una vez más a este tu podcast de deporte favorito. Esto es Sportstalkpr Podcast y hoy tenemos un programa bien especial. Y no ando solo, ando con el mío, ando con Christopher Suárez. Dímelo, Chris, ¿cómo estás?
Estamos muy bien y contentos de estar aquí, ¿no? Haciendo algo un poquito diferente a lo que son nuestros programas en vivo. Me parece que esto es una serie que vamos a estar trayendo poco a poco y estamos bien honrados de estar aquí y bien motivados.
O sea, así, hablando de la serie que vamos a tener, esto es algo que vamos a estar haciendo un poquito más seguido. Antes de llegar allá, vamos a hablar de lo que son, ¿verdad?, nuestros auspiciadores. Tenemos a Webnéticos en Guaynabo, el hogar de Sports Talk PR y de muchísimos otros podcasts. Si estás buscando llevar tu contenido al próximo nivel, Webnéticos en Guaynabo. Y aquí en Webnéticos, Chris, nosotros utilizamos el mejor internet en Puerto Rico, lo que es Aeronet. Eres un gamer, trabajas desde tu casa, necesitas el mejor internet. Llama a Aeronet. Y ahora bien, pasamos a nuestro invitado especial. Nosotros hablamos con él la temporada pasada, querendón de nosotros, ¿verdad? Que lo vimos en Guaynabo, lo vimos en la selección allá en Panamá también jugando recientemente. Damas y caballeros, aquí tenemos a Oenis Medina. Dímelo, what's going on, my guy?
Saludos. Gracias por tenerme otra vez. Y vamos a hacer un poquito de inglés, un poquito de español, pero vamos a tratar.
Estamos ready, estamos ready.
Estamos ready. Eso es así. Vamos a estar aquí, mi gente, con Oenis. Así que vamos a dar una buena entrevista aquí con Oenis. Esto es acá entre nosotros. Y gracias por estar aquí con nosotros. O sea, nosotros hemos hablado desde la temporada pasada,
Sí.
en las canchas, siempre que nos vemos, hablamos y en las redes. So, nosotros siempre estamos bien agradecidos de tenerte aquí con nosotros. Y queremos hablar, primero que nada, el pecho lo dice todo. Estuviste por allá con la selección.
Sí.
¿Cómo fue esa experiencia por allá con el equipo?
Muy bonito. Sabe, es un sueño para mí, para representar Puerto Rico y para hacer mi primera vez. eh, es una bendición, como yo dice.
¿Cómo fue, Oni? ¿Te llaman de la selección, de la federación, te llaman para practicarte? ¿Cómo,
Sí.
cómo funciona?
So for me, I was brought in as a practice player, nada más para practicar, ayudar los hombres to
Big
get them
guys.
ready. Yeah, no, they liked the way that I played. They liked the way that I practiced. They were impressed with what I was doing, and it went from being a practice player to being considered to be the final 12. And I just kept working as hard as I could, man. And I guess they liked what they saw. They gave me an opportunity, which I'm truly grateful for. And yeah, I was just blessed with the opportunity to go out to Chile and compete.
How did you find out that you made the team? Is it like the coach talks to you? How do you find out
Yeah.
that, hey, you're in, you're going to Chile?
So I was actually in the middle of working out at the gym that I go to, Luxury Movements, with my trainer Within, and um I looked at my phone on WhatsApp and there's like 5 missed calls from Coach Nelson. And I'm like, oh, I gotta go. Let me leave real quick. I went outside and I called him back. He didn't pick up. And then I saw that I had a missed call from a couple of missed calls from the GM. Called him back. He's like, listen, he just started asking me for like my passport information, this and that. Uh, my mom who was Puerto Rican, my mom or my dad. I understand that you have a Mexican side as well. And I'm just telling him, I was like, listen, I'll get all the paperwork. I don't care what I got to get. Just tell me what I got to get and I'll get it. And he told me that they're considering me for the final 12. And um, listen, man, I cried tears of joy, man. I don't care if it's the A team, B team, C. I don't care, man. Just to be able to represent Puerto Rico for my first time is just a blessing. It really is a blessing that I was truly grateful for.
As far as when you get the call, you get emotional, like you, family, friends, like how was that reaction, when you told them, hey, when I play for the national team?
Yeah, it was great telling my brothers and my sister, my sister's husband, who's been he's been like a father figure to me. He has professional experience in Dominican Republic. He played over there for a long time, so he understood everything, like how everything worked. So it was good to be able to tell him like, yo, like I made the final 12, and um, like I said, it's an emotional moment, man. It doesn't matter what level, like A team, B team, C team,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Like to be able to, at least for me, to represent Puerto Rico, it's something that I've wanted to do since I started pursuing basketball at the professional level. I always told myself that it's something that when it happens, it's going to be special. And, you know, for my first time to truly earn it at that, you know, like let's be honest here. Last year, I didn't show, no one would have thought that I'd be playing on any national team.
Right.
So to actually go out there and earn it, that made it that much better because, you know, like seeing your work pay off and you know, all the prayers that I prayed, like it was an emotional moment, man, for me. It meant a lot. And I'm truly, like, I'm gonna keep saying, I'm truly grateful for the consideration from Coach Colon, from Pachi, from Carlos Arroyo, from all of them. I'm truly grateful.
And you know, the team that was sent out over there to Chile was a very young team.
Yes.
You even had a 17-year-old with you guys, Alejandro Avilés, like a big prospect for the island, and you had a couple of the young guys that play in the BSN against you, like Jomar and Willow and Jordan Cintron and all those guys. Being a team like that, how was the locker room vibes and stuff like that? How was the locker room for that team?
It was great. Honestly, I think for only having a week of practice, we meshed really well. We came together really quick. It was good vibes from the beginning. Even with me, no one, I mean, they didn't really know who I was, but they, you know, as soon as I got there, it was like I was on the team before I was on the team. And the locker room was great. You know, we ate dinner together, breakfast, lunch, all that. And then when we went on the court, you know, being a young team, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to have selfish moments, whatever the case may be. But I think we came together in the moments that we needed to. And I think it showed a lot. And like I said, young team, it's going to be ups and downs. But, you know, I think that team was a really, really good team. And I'd love the opportunity to play with all of them again. You know?
And how did it feel to just be on the court, playing an international tournament, wearing the jersey, and playing against other countries, not just other teams, but another country?
Special. It's something that, like, it's one of those things that you can't. You gotta experience it to understand how it feels to be standing in front of the flag with your hand on your chest, listening to the national anthem, to playing other countries, to having that Puerto Rico across your chest. It's a really, really good feeling. It's a really good feeling. And, you know, like I said, something you have to experience to understand what it feels like. Cause it's kind of like,
it's crazy because us as fans here, when we watch the national team and we hear the national anthem being played, you know, sometimes you get like chicken skin. I can't imagine you guys that are over there on the court, what you guys must be feeling, like thinking, oh, I'm here. This is like, I don't know, it's like a surreal moment, like
chills going down your spine for sure. I definitely want to experience it again for sure.
So when was that moment when it hit you? Like you get the call, you get accepted into the team and everything. But there's always, I think there's one moment where when you're over there, you're on the court, you're in uniform, you're with the team. Was there a moment where you're like, wow, I'm here, you know? And not only that, but the satisfaction of like, it's a rush. Like, I'm here and, I'm going to be back. Like, because it doesn't matter if you're A team, B team, C team, whatever. Like you said, people know you now.
Yeah.
Like, you put your name out there. This is Oenis Medina. He was out there, and now you're in people's mind now.
Yeah.
Like, all that. How did that come together?
For me, the moment where I, you know, really thought to myself, like, I'm really here, was probably when I had my first start out there. Came into the locker room, my name was on the starting lineup, and going out there for tip and looking into the like the big screens and everything, and you see like the camera zoomed in on you, and you're just like, oh my god, it's like you're on national TV or whatever the case may be. And it's a dope experience. It's very humbling at the same time, and you know, kind of just seeing my face on social media, on like the what do you call it, the Puerto Rican pages, like the
Puerto Rican
Federation.
the Federation pages. It's humbling. It's humbling to see a lot of your hard work start to pay off, and you know, for me, I know that it's only can continue to go up.
Yep.
So I'm just looking forward to the ride. I'm looking forward to the journey, and just continuing to try to get better every single day.
And talking about working hard, and this is something that we've talked about. We talked about, I remember I had this conversation with you, like, just work hard and people will see what you got. You had a video that went low key viral. Shout out to Mando, because Mando put a video out there about hard work and everything. And you were in it. And what can you say to those kids right now? Because there's a lot of young talent out there that wants to make it too. National team, BSN, NBA, the dreams, sky's the limit. What would you say to those young kids right now that are looking at Oenis Medina's story to get where you are and beyond there?
Just keep working every single day, man, and really ask yourself what you want out of life in general. And I know it's hard at a young age, 15, 14, 16 years old, to ask yourself what you want out of life, but sit there and really ask yourself what you want and just go chase it. And it's cliche to say, but listen, the worst you could do is fail. And there's nothing wrong with failing. Everyone fails before they succeed. And,
right.
And, whether you get to the level you want or not, like, no one will ever be able to tell you that you didn't chase your dreams. No one will ever be able to tell you that you did something that you didn't want to do with your life.
Right.
And for me, I think there's a lot of satisfaction in that. Like, I'll be honest with you, before I came to the BSN, like, I couldn't hold a job for longer than 4 months because I just hated working. I hated getting up and doing the same routine every day, at least with something I don't love. And
right.
So like, for me to go against the grain, I guess you can say, and chase my dreams, that's when you kind of had that realization, like, no one's ever going to be able to tell me that I didn't chase my dreams, and that's enough for me. So for kids out there that want to play basketball, whatever you want to do, doctor, whatever, just chase it with 100% effort, and whether you get to it or not, no one will ever be able to tell you that you didn't chase your dreams, and I think that's very important.
I wanted to ask you, a little off topic, but when was that moment for you that you said, I want to pursue basketball as a career?
My basketball journey has been kind of complicated, I would say, but I played in college,
right?
But my first love has always been football. So I decided to make the switch after my sophomore year, and some things happen. I concussions, and you don't want to keep doing that to your body, and I stopped playing football. And for me, the moment that I wanted to pursue basketball again, I was working in a mushroom factory back home, and I was like 340 pounds, 330 pounds maybe, and I was waking up at 5 a.m. every day to go to work, a job that I hated so much. And I look around and all I saw was like people that are 40, 50, 60 years old saying they've worked here for 30 years, 40 years, and they have kids that they got to take care of, all this. And I'm just like, at the time, what was I, 22, 23? I'm a 23-year-old kid. No responsibilities, no kids, no nothing. Just this job that I hate. And I'll never forget, because this is the moment that changed everything. I went into the bathroom because I would kill time in the bathroom just standing.
Right. Just trying to kill time the best way you could.
And I looked, I'm telling you, I literally looked in the mirror and I just began to tear up. And I was just like, what am I doing? Like, I'm not doing anything right now. I can't keep, I'm a 6'7" factory worker. Like, who,
Right.
Not that there's anything, not to, try to down anyone that does
no, of
at
course.
all. But for me, I wanted a lot more out of my life. And I called one of my friends who I played with at Kutztown University, the school that I went to. And me and my coach did not have a good relationship. That's part of the reason why I stopped playing. And I playing around, I was just like, yo, you think he'll take me back? And he was like, bro, shut up. He's not taking you back. And he actually went and talked to him. So I got to thank him. He went and talked to him, and he's like, yeah. And surprisingly, my coach was like, yeah, I'll give him a second chance. And from that moment on, locked in on basketball. I lost the weight, kind of. When I played my last year in college, I was probably like 265. But, I lost the weight. Just started pursuing my dreams with basketball. I wouldn't be here, honestly. I got to give a shout out to Kyrie Mars, the point guard from Guaynabo, my best friend from high school. We played high school together. He, ever since he got into the BSN, he's been telling me, yo, like, you need to put your name in the draft. Like, you can do this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if you do it, you will get drafted. You will get an opportunity to play. And he pushed me a lot. He kind of gave me that confidence to take that next step, because I was, after college, even after college, I was still a little skeptical on taking that step. And he literally gave me that push to try out and, chase my dreams too. So big shout out to Kai.
So you went from mushroom factory to representing Puerto Rico in the Pan American Games in Chile. So that's quite a turnaround.
Yes.
That's the dream, baby. That's the dream. That's what you're saying. Chase it. You got to chase the dream. And that's crazy, man. And I like that people have an opportunity to hear this and get to know you. Because, again, like we were talking off camera, people don't know. Like, people know what they see.
Mm-hmm.
And they see you guys playing basketball, and they think that you guys are emotionless. Yeah. But there's a grind, and there's a path to get here. Yeah, for sure. And that's and we're getting to know that path right now, and everyone also. So again, shout out to you for coming here and giving us this all this experience, right? But you went from there to the BSN.
Yes.
The draft. How was that process? Because I know the draft here, the process is kind of So how was that process? What coming into the draft?
That was a crazy experience in itself. Obviously I was unknown. No one knew who I was. I didn't have a good college career. I don't have the numbers to back anything up. And once again, I just put my name in there. I signed with my agent. He believed in me as well. And Al, my guy, and he put my name in the draft. He told me I was going to get drafted. I believed him. And then the draft day comes. And they only televised, I think, the first and second rounds.
Yeah, the first and second round, yep.
I didn't know that. I thought they televised the whole thing. And I'm seeing the first round go by. I knew I wasn't going in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Second round, I was like, maybe sneak in there, whatever. Second round goes by, nothing. I knew there was a third round. I just knew it wasn't televised. Third round comes, nothing. I'm just like, did I just go undrafted? And that hurt me. That hit me pretty hard. And then I call my agent, and this is pretty funny, but it was like not funny at the time. I go, yo, like, what's next? He goes, oh yeah, I forgot to call you. You got drafted by the Mets. And I'm just like, well, when were you thinking about calling me and telling me that?
So no one from the team called you, or so you didn't even know you were drafted?
No.
Nothing.
Draft boards came out like 2, 3 hours, 4 hours later, and
yeah, they take a little while to put those picks out there. It's crazy. So you found out you were being drafted, but we were having discussions on the team here at Sports Talk about the draft, and we were talking about prospects, and we were talking about everyone. I remember we talked about you because we saw he's one of the only big guys in the draft.
Facts.
And he can help any team because there's not a lot of big guys who are native on the teams, like who play the 4, who play the 5. Like every year, the teams get power forwards or centers as imports because there's not a lot of native talent at that position. So I remember we made a mock. I think I had you late second.
Yeah.
But when I saw that Guaynabo picked you up, we were like, oh, that's nice. That's that's like our team. So you get drafted. Agent tells you, how is it like for you? So what next? I'm gonna live in Guaynabo. How's it gonna happen? How was it for you, the transition from that to just coming here?
It was pretty smooth, honestly. I was excited to come back to Puerto Rico more than anything. I hadn't been here since I was 9.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that was the last time I came with my mom, and I mean the transition was smooth. They had us in a nice apartment, and yeah, I mean it was I wasn't in the best shape, I'll say that. So maybe that transition was harder, trying to keep up with everyone at first. That was a little harder, but in terms of just living here and getting used to everything, I loved it. I love Puerto Rico. I love the island. I want to live here permanently. If I'm being honest, so, but yeah, the living transition was smooth. There was no issues with that. I had a good time doing it.
How was how was the season for you? Like, you were in the Guaynabo team. That team started 1-8. A lot of changes were made. You had a head coach for training camp, and then you didn't. He was fired 2 days before the season started. Then Omar gets hired, and it was a little bit of a rocky start for you guys. And then the news come out, DeMarcus Cousins is coming to Guaynabo and whatnot. How was that, all of that time for you? What were you focusing on during that time?
I was just trying to stay as focused as possible on learning from everyone, because it's hard as a rookie. I think especially coming into Guaynabo at the time, you know, they're in such a win now mode because they went to the finals in 21, was it?
Yep, 21, they were in the finals.
Yeah, and then they didn't have the best season the next year. I don't even think
they didn't make the playoffs in 22. Yeah.
So coming into a win now situation, I didn't expect much in terms of like having to play right away. So I just focused on learning from the guys that are there, Balkman, at my position at least, Balkman,
the big guys,
Ed Davis, Mitch Creek at the time. So I just did my best to learn from them and try to just get better every single day, try to adjust to the speed, because I'm very self-aware. I know I was a project. I know I wasn't you know, ready to play right away, and I may not even been ready to play when I did play, but I just, like I said, I just tried to focus on learning as much as I could and trying to learn what it was to be a pro, what it was like to be a pro, what things do professionals do for their body, for their mind, in terms of getting shots up every day and focusing on the little things, watching film, whatever the case may be.
Do you know, when you came to Guaynabo, when you get drafted, did you know Kari Mauras was on the team?
Yeah.
Did he hit you up?
Yeah, no, we talked every day. I knew he was
that he signed there.
Yeah. I think he told me he was signing either the day of the draft or the day before the draft. So I knew he was there already, and the whole time we're on the phone, and it'd be crazy because my agent told me that that Guaynabo was a possibility, and I was telling him, like, it would be crazy if we get drafted on the same team, because we played high school together, we played in the same conference in college, so we played each other twice a year, and then to have that, you know, us be on the same team in Guaynabo, it was crazy, man. That's really my guy, you know. It's like my brother right there. So
you had like your favorite teammate already on the team when you arrived. So that's a good thing.
It makes it a lot easier, because I was asking him all the questions about the BSN.
Yeah, he had already played in the BSN for 1 or 2 years, right?
2 years, I think. Last year was his 3rd year.
Yep.
And I mean, he's still like relatively new, so he's telling me, he's like, bro, I don't know everything about the BSN, but you know, it was a good time living with him and everything like that. Great time.
As far as, you know, I think Chris said it, and you know, it was a rough start. And you said that you wanted to learn and everything, and I think it's funny because I remember I always told the guys, I like him because he's like the Puerto Rican Marc Gasol. He big, he got the body, you got the fundamentals. So there's some players that you kind of see and you know, like the talent's there, the skills is there. It's just a matter of just working and learning and doing what you got to do. And you were learning from one of the best big men that played in the NBA, man. Like, you were under DeMarcus Cousins there, and plus you had Ronaldo, and you had like leaders like Gary Brown and stuff like that. Like, as far as leadership goes, you know, who was the leader, that guy in that locker room, and how were you learning with DeMarcus Cousins?
So in terms of like the leader in the locker room, I think we had great veterans, honestly, from Gary Brown to Page to Balkman to, I mean, DeMarcus Cousins,
right?
Mitch. But I don't know if there was a set leader that everyone goes to. You know, everyone, obviously Balkman, he's been there for a while, and everyone respected him because of who he is in the BSN. But I mean, at least in my experience, they were all good to me. You know, I could go to any one of them and ask a question, and they'll answer honestly. So for me, you know, it was a blessing to have those guys in the locker room as well.
There was a stretch of games when you guys were probably 1-4, 1-3, because Balkman got hurt real quick in the season, right? And you started getting some playing time. You even started a few games, and Jermaine Miranda started playing, and Kari Maura started playing. So that's when you're getting your first taste of the league, your first minutes. How was that for you when they're telling you, hey, you know what, you're playing tonight, or you're starting?
It was great how it was brought to me was, it made me a little nervous because they just, my first game starting was against Fajardo, and they had a big fella, Elijah Holman, and I
Big
remember,
strong guy.
Big dude, yeah.
Big guy.
and I remember Alvin Cruz, because Omar had gotten sick for a little bit, so
This stretch of games he was sick. Yep, and Alvin was coaching.
Alvin Cruz was coaching, and he just comes up to me. He was like, "Yo, I forgot the whole scenario. Maybe it was when Ed was hurt too. They were saying,
he wasn't playing either.
Yeah, if Ed can't play tomorrow, you're starting." They just told me that randomly. I hadn't played a single minute in the first 12 games of the season. All right, man, I'll do what I can. And I don't want to say I was nervous. I don't think I get nervous before games, but I just telling myself, I was like, yeah, I know this guy's huge, but you know who you are too. And like, I'm strong too. So, but that first start against Fajardo, that was a great experience. Just being able to, help my team. We didn't come out with the win, but we did better than most people expected. And playing Elijah Holman. That's
you guys. I think you lost that game in a buzzer beater by Amy Andujar. I remember that game
because Gotti wasn't there. Gotti, I think,
Gotti was sick too.
Yeah,
he didn't. That's when Karim Maura started playing, and he played really well too.
It was a stretch where Miranda had the game winner against Santurce.
That was like the one that broke the losing streak.
Yeah. Like it was.
Jermaine hit the buzzer beater in Guaynabo against Santurce.
But you know what? For us, that we're obviously we cover the sport, but we're fans. Obviously, we're from Guaynabo. Like for us, it was great to see the young guys get minutes because you want to develop these guys for when Ronaldo can't go, for when Boogie can't go, for EJ Pay. Like you want to develop these guys so that way, like you said, you get the call. Oh, you might start tomorrow. I haven't played, bro. Like I haven't. Like, what are you talking about? Like, so
you're not just starting. You're starting as the biggest guy in the league and strongest guy in the league.
And at the time,
he's a good dude, man.
Bro, at the time, Fajardo had like Demencio Vaughn. Like those guys are big dudes, bro. Like it was tough. Chris Brady.
Yep.
It's big guys. I remember that game. It was a tough game because they lost in the buzzer beater.
Yeah, by Amy Andujar hit that
buzzer
small floater.
Yeah, great player, Amy Andujar.
But rookie season was wild because you said you came into a win now team, and y'all had a stretch. Y'all went from being the worst team in the league to the hottest team in the league, man. How did that go? Like, because obviously coaching is a big factor, but you guys as the player, like, how did that transformation go?
I think we just all got to a point. It's like, yo, there's too much talent in this locker room for us to not be a contender, and I don't know when the moment was for us to just click. I think all teams go through stretches where they're losing, but it's magnified when there's only 36 games in a season, or however many games it is. It's not like an 82 game season where you could lose 5 in a row and
it's fine.
Yeah. So I think at a certain point, everyone just clicked. It was like, yo, too much talent in this locker room to lose the way we're losing. Let's get it together and just play. And that's what we did. I think having some stability at the coaching position when Omar came, because obviously switching 2 coaches in maybe 2 months.
Oh, right. Yeah. Mil Palacio started the season. I forgot that. Yeah.
When y'all had Xavier Silas.
Yeah.
Training camp.
But the night before the season starts,
he gets fired.
He gets canned. Milk comes in. Milk comes in for a few games, handful of games.
I think it was
5 or 6. Yeah.
5 or 6. Sorry. When they went 1-4 or 1-5, that's when Omar took over. I think.
Yeah, and then Omar comes in, and which for us, we thought that should have been his job. I know we heard a lot of players wanted that, but when it like you said, it just clicked.
Yeah.
We saw Jayshawn Page go from missing a lot of shots to one of the hottest shooters in the league. Gary was doing Gary's thing. And this is everything because y'all went hot without Boogie before he came in.
That Jermaine shot might have sparked.
Yeah.
Might have been that spark.
That was big.
That was a big win. And just the energy, once you ride that momentum, that wave, it's hard to stop. And I think once we saw that, we have the talent. It's never been a question. But once we saw a young dude like Jermaine come in and play the way he did those 2 games against Fajardo and Santurce, hits a shot, young kid. it's like, all right, let's do this, and we just put it together. Like I said, had some stability at the coaching position finally, and the rest is history.
And then you also are learning from Timothy Suarez too.
Oh yeah, Tim.
Because
that dude,
he comes in and it was crazy with him because
he's another one that
he was playing for Humacao.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking the first week of the season. We said this is one of the worst imports. He wasn't doing anything, like anything. He was like 3 points, 2 rebounds, whatever. Then Ronaldo gets hurt, Ed gets hurt, and they switch Ed for Timothy.
Yep.
I think it's the first or second game Timothy played was the one where Jermaine hit and he had like 20 and 10 in the first half. I remember that.
First game.
And then he went ballistic. He went crazy. And then we were talking, what are they gonna do? They just announced DeMarcus, and they have Mitch, and they have Timothy, and then Mitch gets hurt in San Germán, and then they started playing the two bigs.
That was lethal,
and that was
very lethal.
Crazy. And I was like, wow. And then for you being there, watching those two guys and learning from those two guys, because DeMarcus is a guy that's a power guy.
Yeah.
He posts you up, he dominates you inside. He can shoot the three a bit, but then Timothy's more of a refined center. He can hit the mid range. He passes the ball really well. So were you watching all of that from those two guys?
Yeah, for sure. Tim's a good guy. I love his game. He saved us too. He played a huge part in turning our season around. I'll say I'll probably paid more attention to DeMarcus just because even though you said he's a power guy, he does pass the ball really well.
Oh yeah,
he does
it was
shoot
awesome.
the mid range well, the 3-ball well, and also honestly, he's the reason I started playing basketball as a kid. Like I would watch him at Kentucky. He was the reason why I got into basketball. So having him there was an absolute blessing. Was an absolute blessing, and he was hard on me. But I needed it.
How were the practicing against that guy? Because you're probably playing on the second team, and you're playing against the first team. How was it practicing against that dude?
I just remember he was always on my ass about everything, and in a good way though, in a really good way. And I just remember hearing him, Medina, run, when he was not in the game. Medina, run. He's always wanted me to run the floor, and the whole time just Medina, run, Medina, run, Medina, run, grab the rebound, Medina. Like, so it was always intense, and guarding him was hard.
It's tough.
He was a big dude, very, very skilled player. Hits contested shots. It doesn't even matter if a hand's in his face. He's gonna hit the shot. He makes the right passes, makes the right plays. He actually doesn't go in the post as much as I thought he would, but regardless, he's still, doing whatever he wants out there. But great veteran. I'm blessed to be able to learn from him too. Not a lot of people get the opportunity to learn from their idols, and for me, it was a blessing. I'm grateful for him being hard on me. I'm grateful for him, a guy of his caliber could come into the BSN and not really care about helping others, just get their money, play basketball, do what they do. And then
I'm an NBA guy, whatever.
But him from day one, open to everyone, really cool. Helped me out a lot. Let me get shots up with him. We played one-on-one every day. So truly great individual right there.
Just to close out a little bit on the BSN, other than you play your home games here in Guaynabo, do you have a favorite city that you went to play in and you say, like, I like this place?
And food. And food.
Favorite food what was the best food of the cities that you played on in the BSN?
Favorite city and food? You're on the spot, bro.
Favorite city to play in? I'm not even gonna lie to you. I love playing in Bayamón. I do.
You're not just saying it because you're another.
That's unbiased, bro. Come on.
No, I love playing there. San Germán was crazy. That was a very crazy game.
The atmosphere and everything there.
I love Santurce's arena.
Oh yeah,
La Catedral.
Yeah, I wish they would. I would like to see a sold out game there. It was.
Bro, the Puerto Rico, when it's Puerto Rico, it's get crazy there.
So, but not Bayamón, San Germán were probably like the games I went to. I was like, dang, this is crazy. This is wild.
And what about the food?
What city has the best food? Or just...
of those cities, of the BSN cities, of the cities of the BSN, which one did you have the best food, and what was it?
I don't even know if I didn't really. So I don't eat a lot on game days.
Mhm.
I eat fruit mostly,
Okay.
but I'll say on the island, like, I don't know, you can get good food anywhere.
Right,
It's
right.
hard to find bad food.
Do you have a favorite, like your go-to?
No one's gonna like this, but Kyrie
Oh.
put me on to Martin's barbecue.
Oh, that's
Oh.
nice.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Listen, I know it's not like what most people would eat out here, but we used to eat it after practice a lot. So, but what's the name of that place? Since I'm Dulce, Los Pinos.
Oh, yeah.
Pinos.
Yep,
Oh,
yep,
Pinos
yep.
fire,
Los
man.
Pinos
That's
is fire.
really good too.
I like
Yeah,
that spot a lot too. I like home cooking, so
Uh-huh.
anytime I could get some home cooked meals,
That's
it's
cool. That's
good.
cool. So, overall, first season in the BSN, you like that the fans, the league, what the league did with a lot of NBA guys coming into
Yeah.
the league,
Yeah.
not just DeMarcus. Like we saw Mike Scott with Carolina, and he put them over the top
Mike
to
Scott's a
win.
dog.
He was ridiculous in
Mike
that
Scott
series
is
against
a
you guys.
problem.
He was putting up 30 every game, and against Bayamón in the finals, it was ridiculous too. Like next year, it will be, I think, even more so of guys coming in because now those guys can tell
Yeah.
other guys, hey, you can play on the island, whatnot. But I wanted to talk about you getting traded to Bayamón.
Yeah.
So that happened fairly early in the offseason
Yep.
for the BSN. First and foremost, how did you find out? And how do you feel about the whole thing, getting traded?
I kind of knew already. My agent told me that the writing was on the wall pretty much, and I won't lie, I wanted to stay in Guaynabo. I love it in Guaynabo, but it's the nature of the business. You can't do anything about that. And so when I got traded, I was happy. I mean, for me, it's a new opportunity. I'm going to a really good situation with a really good coach who I was blessed enough to play on the national team with or be coached by with the national team, and to have that, rapport established already. So I think it's, we'll see what happens. I don't want to talk, too much into the future, but I think it's a great opportunity, and I'm really looking forward to just getting to work and, doing what I got to do to help the team win, whatever they need of me,
So you got traded with Onzi.
Yes.
Right over there. Have you
Another
talked to
great
Onzi at all?
No, I haven't gotten a chance to yet. I need to though, but I'm happy to be going to Onzi. He's another great vet that helped me out a lot of advice, great work ethic. Seeing him, stay after for an hour and a half every day and get shots up, So I'm excited. I'm excited to see him in Bayamón as well.
Right.
I think he's going to help out a lot.
Yeah, it's like we mentioned with Maura. It makes it easier. You go into another situation, you play with Onsi, so you guys had that rapport, like you said. But now you're going to another situation when Bayamón is every year is win now.
Yep.
Especially when you got guys of Javier Mojica, Ángel Rodríguez, El Cubanazo, Omar Romero, like you have those guys there, and the city expects winning. And so, are you ready to be there? And those are sold out games basically every night.
Every night.
So are you ready? You ready for that pressure, man?
For sure, man. I don't listen. Where I'm from, back home, like pressure. In high school, I played with Kyrie, who was a big name. Lonnie Walker, the fourth, who plays for the Nets. So I'm used to playing in front of huge crowds with crazy fans. Like our fans back home, and I know it's high school, but our fans back home they treated us like we're a Division I college almost. And I'm used to playing in those type of pressure games. Even in college, my first year, we won a conference championship, and I'm used to that type of thing. It's different at the pro level, I'll say that, because now you got the business side of it involved. And but no, I mean, I'm ready. I'm ready to put on the jersey, and as long as you play 110%, I don't think anyone can say anything to you. As long, mistakes are going to be made. It's basketball. You can't play a game without making mistakes. But as long as you go out there and just play hard and try to do the right things at all times.
Yep.
There's no pressure.
No, and in Bayamón, if you play hard, it doesn't matter if you play 1 minute, 30 minutes. If you play hard and you do your job, they're gonna love you.
Yeah, for sure.
Those fans are like that. They can get on you too. Because it's a tough place to play. There's a lot of it's a lot of pressure. It's the team with the most championships on the island. You have an owner who's an MLB Hall of Famer basically in Javier, But you got a taste of playing with your future head coach there, Nelson. From what you were able to see, the offense that was implemented, how do you like it, and how do you see yourself fitting into that type of system he used in the national team?
I like it a lot. His offense is simple. It's nothing crazy. It's what I'm used to: setting screens, rolling, setting off ball screens, pin downs, stuff like that. So it's what I'm used to already. So I do feel myself fitting in really well with that because I feel like I set good screens. And I think, and I don't want to base it off of how I played on the national team, but I feel like he allows his players a little more freedom to make mistakes, I would say.
Okay.
So that's something I'll say I'm not used to. I've kind of always been, Omar, young guys, he's not, the most trusting. He wants to play with his veterans, and that's fine. But with Nelson, I just think it's a little more freedom to make mistakes as a young guy, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, because for young guys, and I know, you're playing out there, you make a mistake, you're looking over your shoulder. And if you see your coach pointing out to one of the guys, it's like, oh, I'm going out. And I know that's puts a little bit of more pressure on you guys because, if I miss a shot, what's going to happen? If I turn the ball over, or if I don't do this or that, I think Nelson's going to allow you to do your job. And I think he's going to let you know what your role is. In this team, you're going to do this, this, and that. And if you do this, this, and that, you're going to play. And if you don't, then, well, so what are you doing in the off season? Are you training every day? Are you getting ready for the BSN season?
Yeah, I'm training. Like you said, getting ready for the BSN season, just trying to enjoy the island as much as I can. I'm working on some things in terms of, I had a really rough patch in my life 4 months ago, and trying to, get back from that. This last year has been pretty up and down for me. But take it day by day, work out every day, do the right things, and God will take care of everything else,
Yeah. We wanted to talk about this. Like, we've talked about you coming out of college, realizing your dream of becoming a player, what you were doing before getting into basketball again, working at the mushroom factory and all that. And I think it's an aspect that fans don't see a lot. Yeah. The mental health aspect of the game of basketball and you as a person. Can you talk to us a little bit about that part?
It's a battle for sure. Some people know my story. I've been through a lot in my life. I'm not special from anyone else. A lot of people have been through a lot, but I never handled my mental health the best. I know I didn't. As a kid, I come from a family where it's kind of cold because, we've been through a lot and emotions weren't really spoken about. I'm not going to say that I didn't come from a home where people are telling you they love you every day. They're here for you every day. They love you, but it's just not how you handle things. And I grew up with 5 boys on top of that.
Right.
My sister took care of her 3 kids and then me and my brother. So growing up, I didn't have that. And for me, I didn't realize how bad it affected my mental health. Because as a kid, you go through life and you're just living your childhood. And once I got to adulthood, once I got to college, all that stuff, I saw glimpses of it. Like, okay, I feel this way and it's not good. But once again, you learn, you're so lost in school and in sports that you just put it aside. This last year for me is when it really, really, really hit me hard. Even playing in the BSN and everything, like, I was isolated. I isolated myself a lot, man. And it really affected me. Got to the point where basketball wasn't even, like, I didn't love basketball. I would work at it, but I didn't love basketball. And, like, for me, it just kept getting worse and worse. And it kind of blurs the line. I feel like with fans, you hear the fans and everything, but, you try not to pay attention to it or whatever, but it does affect you. So there are some times where, you know, you have things going on at home, and then we're humans. We're not robots. It's like, you know, we talked about it before. We're not robots. We have emotions. We have feelings. And especially for athletes, you know, we have to put on this face that we're happy all the time. And that's not the case all the time. There are some athletes out there that are happy. But I think for me, learning to try to balance the mental health with the basketball part of it, it's something that I'm learning. You know, I'm still struggling with it here and there. Still trying to find you know, that balance. But with mental health, man, you just can't. You got to be able to admit that you have a problem, and there's nothing wrong with that, and understand that there's nothing wrong with that. You know, people go through things. That's just life. And for me to have been through what I've been through, and especially these last 4 months, I kind of hit rock bottom. I'll be honest with you guys. Like, I hit complete rock bottom. As rock bottom as it can get, like, I hit. And it brought out a side of me that was just ugly, you know. I guess I wasn't, you know, I didn't love myself, all that stuff. It was a struggle. And you sit there every day and you're questioning, like, why am I feeling this way? Like, what is going on in my mind that's making me feel this way? And you won't get better unless you admit that you have a problem. That's the first step, is admit that you know you're struggling. And then the second step for me was just to talk to people who could help me, professionals, family. And you know, I was going to therapy for the last 4 months. I've been going to therapy a lot, and I've been doing a lot of soul searching. I've been doing a lot of things to help my mind get better, to help my mind recover. And I can honestly sit here and say that in doing that, I'm in the most healthy space mentally, physically, and spiritually that I've ever been in my life. I could genuinely sit here and say that and be confident in saying that. I couldn't do that before. I would lie and say that I was fine, but I wasn't. And I really want to help people who struggle with the same thing, because I know what it's like to feel alone, even when you have people around you all the time. I know what it's like to feel alone. And, you know, I've lost people that because of my mental health, I've lost people that I genuinely loved a lot, because you push people away. And that shit hurts, man. Like, there's no pain. I don't think there's no pain stronger than losing people you love, and you know you're not yourself. You know that what they're seeing is not you. That's the worst pain in the world. That's a pain that it's unmatched to me, because then you're just like, I can't even keep the people I love around me.
And that makes it worse for you mentally, right?
It makes it 100% worse for you.
You know, because the fans only see you guys on the court practicing or playing, and it gets to the point, like, it's not that they don't think you have emotions, it's just that they just see that part and whatnot. And you guys are like everyone else, man. You wake up in the morning, tough things are going on, you know, and it's tough for you. Sometimes we wake up, we don't want to go to work, we don't want to do this. It's the same for you, but you're going to work, you're still doing things. And it's a good thing that, you know, that you've been expressing yourself about it. And I think that's something that helps you too, like, just to talk to people and like you said, admit it.
Yeah. And I you know, it's like I said, I really do want to help people, because it's such a tough thing to go through, man, especially when you feel like you're going through it by yourself. But at the same time, it kind of is a journey you have to take by yourself. At the same time, it's kind of like it's a contradiction, but it's true. I really believe, like, you have to hit rock bottom before you could make that big change in your life. And for me, it's been the last 4 months, man. And I've struggled a lot. And to be able to sit here right now and talk about this and still have my career, because I put my career on hold. I left Mexico because of my mental health. And it's just a blessing, you know. It really is. I'm truly grateful to just be in this position, to be where I was 4 months ago, to, you know, just playing with the national team, and to be here talking to you guys. Like, I'll be honest, I was suicidal at one point. You know, I wanted to end it all. I wanted to, and I was, you know, thank God I didn't do it. But, you know, the reality of not taking care of your mental health, not taking care of up here. Like that's just the reality of it. Is you will get to that point.
Right. It drags you to the one of the most difficult points a human being can be in, right?
And then people see you, like I said, people that you love see you at your lowest, and that's not easy for people to deal with. No matter how much they love you, it's not easy for people to see you that way, to deal with that type of thing. And like I said, I lost people I love, but that's just
and it's something that we've seen in the past couple of years in the NBA, biggest league in the world. We've seen star players talk about it. DeMar DeRozan, Kevin Love, guys that, these guys have been to NBA finals,
stars,
playoffs, crowds of 30, 40,000. Everyone's on them, media, cameras all over them, and they're talking about it, And I think that teams everywhere, not just in the NBA, I think here in Puerto Rico and everywhere, should be looking at, yes, you're paying a player to play, right? But how's my guy doing? How's my player doing? How are you feeling? A lot of times I think it gets into a routine thing of, no, you come here to play. I don't want to hear it. Whatever, you came here to play. Leave that thing out. Leave your problems outside. But I think that you need to have your players not just healthy physically, but mentally as well. And you guys go through a lot, and you have been going through a lot yourself. And like you said, I think that admitting it, I don't know if for you it was something you were afraid to do.
For sure.
To admit publicly to your family or friends or the media that you had a problem, because society tends to
judge,
judge and look at you differently.
Look at
you differently.
Like crazy.
Like if you were crazy, or and I speak for men in terms of, because we're men. I think for men sometimes it's difficult too. Like admitting you have this mental health problem. People might look at you, oh, but you're a man. You're supposed to be a man, this, like that. I think that, you can tell us that it's tough, right?
It is tough, man. Like it's so heavily instilled in men to be this, macho man. Nothing affects me,
Right.
And honestly, especially in like Latino households.
Oh yeah.
That's even stronger, I think.
Yeah, if we're being 100% honest, like goddamn, I grew with 5 boys, like all my brothers, and none of us showed emotions at all. I showed the most emotions, and I feel like until I got to my adulthood, I really never really showed emotions. Right. But definitely as men, it's hard because you're expected to be tough. You're expected to be, oh, nothing affects me. I'm cool. Like I'm gonna get through this. I don't need nobody. I don't need nobody. But it doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman. Like everyone needs someone. Everyone needs a healthy support system around them. And
right.
It's like I said, like until you're willing to put that work in for yourself first, and loving yourself and
working on yourself.
Like you're never gonna get to that. You're gonna be in some dark places, and it sucks. Right. And professional help obviously is the main thing too. For me, that helped me out so much, man. Going and seeing a professional and being able to understand that, I went through this stuff in the past, but that's not who you are. That's not what makes you. That's not why you're here. You're here because you made it through all that stuff, and that makes you stronger. My past is my past. The future doesn't exist. All I got is today. You got to make the most out of it every single day.
And the thing with mental health is, like, if someone's hurt because they fell down some stairs or something, like you can see.
Yeah. They
got a broken arm, they got a broken leg, cracked ribs, like something you can see. You can't tell with mental health because everything's here. Like you said, you can put the poker face on. Oh, I'm good, bro. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm great. You're dying inside, but man, I'm great. Especially like Chris said, in Latino households, you're the man of the house. Like it can't be that way, bro. And a lot of people think, and I share this with you guys because I think we've all been at this, had this happen to us at some point. I had an experience where someone told me, like, I opened up about something, and they're like, man, you tough. What you talking about? That can't happen to you. you mean it can't happen to me? That can happen to anybody, man. So for everyone that has this, I think hearing what you're saying is amazing because you need help.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's kind of contrary, but you also have to go through it, like you said, by yourself.
Yeah.
Learn about you and then go from there because it's not easy, man. It's not easy.
And it's hard to think about it this way, but when you get through all that stuff, and let's get one thing straight. Mental health is not something that's going to go away.
No.
You're going to do this for a couple months and it goes away. Mental health is going to be an everyday thing. You got to be proactive in your own recovery. And but it is such a beautiful thing to finally wake up and look at yourself in the mirror and love what you see. I'll be 100% honest with you guys. I'm not holding nothing back for me. I didn't love myself my whole life. After my parents died, after I went through some of the stuff I went through, after I grew up the way I did, I did not love myself at all. I looked in the mirror every day and I hated what I saw. Like, and that played such a big part in me falling apart. You can only put on, it's like you said with the poker face, you can only put on the poker face for so long, man. Because one day that poker face, it's going to crack.
Yep.
Like, your emotions are going to come out one way or another. It may take 10 years, it may take 2 years, it may take a week, but they're going to come out one way or another. And a lot of times, at least in my case, like, they came out so negative, man, so negative, and it hurt me a lot to see the damage that I did to people that I love because of how messed up I was. And like I said, that's a pain that's unmatched for me. Like that killed me inside to hurt people that I truly loved, and I never intended on my family, everyone, relationships that I had, all that.
And for you to see, you start working on yourself, to see good things happen to you. Like, 4 months ago, you were in a very, very low place. You leave your team in Mexico. You don't know what you're doing. And then a couple months later, you have the Puerto Rico jersey on that you probably never thought you were going to do. So I don't know. It shows you that things can go well and that things can go good. But you're still, it's like you said, every day, it's a battle. It's like when you go to every day to go to practice and work on your game and become a better player, you're doing that here too, to become a better human being and to be able to cope with things. Like everyone copes with things differently.
Sure.
And I think that it's good that you're doing this, that you're talking about it. We've seen other players do it in the league here. We saw Ramon Clemente do it today. He's a very spoken out guy about those things.
And I
wish.
Shout out to Ramon Clemente, too.
Shout out to Ramon. We want to have you here too, Ramon. And I wish that other players start doing that too, because I think it can only help you guys as peers.
I was gonna ask, no sé si tú sabes, does the league have something to kind of work on this?
I'm not even 100% sure. I don't think I'm the right person to ask, because
if they don't, they need something like ASAP.
It's like I said, they need to. It's not just basketball.
Yeah.
You have these guys in there, you got to make sure they're good here too. Yeah. So I think it's something that they should work on. Because I don't know if a team by team basis thing or just the league.
Yeah, I'm not saying the team. I think the league in general should have something in place.
Oh, definitely.
For this.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, it consults something that you can do weekly, however, because you don't know. Like I know people that talk to a therapist 2-3 times a week. You don't know. Someone can go one time a month. Hey, that's how it works for you. But I think the league definitely has to do this, because especially a league that's growing right now, because this league is going places, it's growing. So to keep and again, we don't know how many other players don't feel the same way, because they might feel like, hey man, if I say something, someone might look at me weird. They're
gonna look down upon
me.
And you know what though? The thing, the reality is, yes, that might happen, but at that point, man, like, it's not about them, it's about you. Like I said, I was suicidal, man, and you know, to tell your family, to tell people that you love, relationships that you're in, to other people that you're feeling that way, that shit is hard.
It's hard,
and it's
for you and for them.
To hear that it's hard.
It's hard for you to think about it.
Exactly.
Imagine how you feel telling your family that. 10 times worse.
Exactly.
Because everybody's gonna be like, "What?"
It's tough. It's tough. It was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do was to tell my family that I was struggling. I was really, really bad, and but it's like I said, at a certain point, you can't put the feelings of others in front of yours no more. You gotta do something.
Yep.
There's only two ways out of this. You end up, unfortunately taking your own life, which my dad took his own life. So
Right.
I've experienced that before, and then it's either that or you be proactive in your own recovery. You take the steps needed to get better, and you will get to a point where you feel better. You will get to a point where you wake up and you're happy and you look at yourself in the mirror and you love what you see. You love life again. You will get to that point. And it's not to say that when you get to that point that's what it's going to be every day. You will still have your days, but it's a difference between having those days and not having the tools to fight it versus having those days and now you have the tools to fight it. And now you have the outlets, the healthy outlets, and now I'm in such a like I said, a healthy space right now with life. I love the game that gave me everything. I didn't love basketball for the longest, and to be here talking to you guys, like I said before, it's an absolute blessing, man. Because after a while, I didn't think I was gonna be here much longer. It's sad to say, but it's the
good.
truth.
It's good to see that you're working on yourself, that you're doing great, that you just came out from representing the island from in the Pan American Games, and everyone saw you do it, and that you're doing better, man, and that you're outspoken about it, and you're taking steps to becoming better. Because like we said, we see you on the court, but we don't know how you're doing here, right? So hopefully it's just more achievements and better things for you going forward, and everyone who's been going through this. I think that we're just happy to see you doing good, man.
Yeah, for sure.
You became one of our favorites on the team last year in Guaynabo, like very, very quickly.
Yeah. On and off the court, man.
On and off the court for sure. Oh yeah. So we're very happy to see you doing much better, and to be putting on with that jersey. That looks good in you, man. That looks good in you.
I'm not gonna lie, because I think it's really important to be honest. You're in Bayamón now, bro.
Yeah. Man.
I mean,
you're on the other side.
You're on the other side. We good. Like we good, but when we clash, talk to us after the game. I'm playing, bro. I'm playing. Pero Bayamón, a los fanáticos de Bayamón, Oenis Medina, y'all like they y'all got a good one. Y'all got a good one. So we're really excited to see this upcoming season. What you're gonna bring to the table with Ismael Romero, maybe El Coyote,
Wiley,
Jacob Wiley, that's some good big men over there too. So again, just keep doing what you do, and like something we always say, just work hard, keep doing, and you'll see more jerseys on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
On the way, for sure.
How you think Palco 11, the fans in Palco 11?
Oh my God,
they're gonna be mad.
You're in for it. You're in for it when you come in with the Bayamón jersey. Yeah. But the good thing you're gonna have in Bayamón is that the fans travel, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
those guys travel everywhere.
They do.
When they were playing in the semifinals this year against San Germán and the finals the year before that, they went there. And they, if you let them, they'll pack your arena.
We had a regular season game. I mean,
they packed half the arena easily here. So
yeah, for sure.
They're not even.
And if you let them, they take the whole.
Yeah, for sure.
So they travel, and they're very, very supportive of the players over there, and that's good. What do you got, Eddie?
Before we go, this has been amazing, by the way, man.
Yeah,
this has been amazing.
Awesome.
I tried to do some Spanish, man, but it's just not clicking up right now. So.
And this is first of more, because I know we've talked about this, that you wanna be in podcasts and have fun, and we just have like a relationship beyond the court. So this is first of many times that you can, because this is your house, man. This is your platform as well. But there's something else going on as the NBA, and we gotta touch base on a little bit about it. You got a favorite team? You got a favorite player?
So, my favorite team, Chicago Bulls.
Chicago?
Yeah, I've always been DeMarcus Cousins was one of the guys who got me into it, but Derrick Rose also was one of the guys who got me into watching him. I was just like mesmerized. So I've always been a Bulls fan. My favorite player, this is not going to be a favorite, but it's Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I'll tell
Jimmy.
you why. I'll tell you why. And I promise you this story is 100% true. When Jimmy Butler got drafted, I told all my friends he's going to be an all-star one day. And they looked, because he's round 1 pick 30, and they looked at me and they were like, bro, what are you talking about? And I was like, no, trust me, he's going to be an all-star one day. And became an all-star, one of the best players in the league, in my opinion. And
Yeah.
he's been my favorite player ever since. I just love the way he plays. I love the way he, attacks the game. And watching him, I love watching him. So
That's my guy, man.
yeah.
Jimmy. Yeah.
And you
Jokic,
told us
I like Jokic too.
the Joker's amazing.
I love Joker.
It's like the staple for big men now.
Yeah. I love the way he plays. I wish I could play like him.
Hey, man.
So much instinct.
The thing is, with those guys like that, especially him, he makes it look so easy.
Yes.
It's just being like, if you watch him play, a lot of people might not like it because it's just a slow pace. It's like watching Tim Duncan. A lot of people didn't like watching Tim Duncan, but the fundamentals was just so amazing because it's patience.
Yeah.
He gets the ball in the wing, looks, cut. Here you go.
Yep.
System
Makes the right play all the time.
bro. It's beautiful basketball though. It's beautiful basketball.
It is.
But Chicago, I like that. The Bulls and everything. But so I assume you're a Miami Heat guy now.
Yeah. So I've been predicting Miami in the finals for like the last 4 years straight, and I've been right. What, twice?
Twice.
Twice.
So Miami, yeah, I like Miami a lot.
There you go. See,
You told us you like football.
I do. I love football.
Ooh.
And your favorite team there?
Atlanta Falcons.
Hey.
So 28-3.
Listen, man, I still haven't recovered from that. I'll never forget, freshman year of college, I'm watching the game with one of my best friends. Her name is Aisha. She's a Patriots fan. And I had my Falcons jersey on. I'm talking so much shit to her. So much. Am I allowed to cuss? I don't mean to.
Yeah, you
do
can talk
what you want.
Whatever you want.
I'm talking so much shit to her, man. And she's just sitting there quiet the whole time. She can't say nothing. We're up 28-3. And they just slowly start coming back. They hit that final touchdown. She's just in my face. And I'm just like, oh, my God, bro. I can't believe. So I still haven't recovered from that Super Bowl loss. And it may take a couple more years. Maybe a Super Bowl win before I recover from that Super Bowl loss.
Tough. That was a tough Super Bowl.
And Julio Jones, favorite player.
He's in Philly now.
Yeah, Julio
he's
Jones
playing
was
for the
my
Eagles.
guy. I was so sad for him to not win one.
You said you play football. What did you play? I have you like a tight end.
No, I was left tackle.
Left tackle?
Left tackle. Okay. Yeah. I thought the same thing. I thought it was tight end for sure.
High school, I was a left tackle. Fun fact: Kyrie Morris,
Mm-hmm.
way better football player than he was a basketball player.
Really?
What did he play?
He played corner and he played slot receiver.
Okay.
Yeah, way better football player than he was a
Really?
basketball player. Ask him;
It's a
he'll
tough
tell you
game.
himself if you ask him.
It's a tough game. It's very, very physical.
Yeah.
Very, very physical.
Football, yeah.
I want to put you on the spot right here.
What's up?
I want to put you on the spot. I'm even gonna put you on the spot on the monitor too.
Go ahead.
Give me your starting five today. BSN. I'll give you 2 imports,
2 imports.
3 natives. Give me your top 5.
My imports gotta be. I would love to see what DeMarcus and Timothy Suarez could do in a full season together as a 4 and 5.
Yeah.
But I also like Mike Scott a lot.
Oof. He's cold.
So for now, I'm gonna go DeMarcus at the 5, Mike Scott at the 4.
And then you got the other spots for natives.
For natives, yeah.
Who do I want at point guard? I like Angel Rodriguez a lot.
Angel.
Yeah, that's the last name, right? Rodriguez.
Yeah.
He just earned himself a few passes there.
Oh yeah.
So I'll probably go
Oh, yeah.
with him. At 2 and 3. Who am I putting at 2 and 3? I like Taekwon Roland. a lot.
Taekwon, that's our guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Taekwon.
So you got Taekwon at the 2.
And at the 3, even though he kind of played the 4 for Fajardo, I'll probably put Emi.
Amy.
Duhar.
Hey man, Lujan
So
at the
that's
3?
your starting 5. He's got
Boogie?
Angel at the 1, Taekwon at the 2, Amy at the 3, and then Scott and Boogie. That's
Scott
deadly.
Boogie.
Nice.
That's tough.
Either Taekwondo or Paige at the two.
Okay.
Taekwondo or Paige.
I like that.
Paige could shoot the shit out of him.
Ooh,
Yeah. We saw it.
Like,
I got him.
shirt,
Here. Got him right here.
The shirt says it all. The shirt says it all.
Nah, look, man can shoot, man. I probably left out some big names, man, but there's a lot of talent in the BSM regardless.
Everybody got different. Everybody got different because, like you said, especially natives, we're seeing a lot of native talent that's like establishing themselves. Like last season, Angel Matia was just killing it.
Oh,
he was a dog. Yeah. MVP candidate. Yeah, he was.
He was really good.
Yeah. So and it's great to see that guys from here are killing the game.
Yeah.
Up there with Brandon Knight, Hassan, Boogie, those guys like that. So yeah, man, we got your top 5. It's recorded. Y'all heard it.
Listen, man,
if your favorite player is not there,
I apologize.
Sorry, it is what it is.
I only really get 3 because they got put two imports.
But he put Angel Rodriguez.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. He knows
I need a true point guard, man.
Hey, man. I mean, this has been a lot of fun, man.
Yep.
This has been a lot of fun, and that y'all don't know that this was supposed to be set, and then you got accepted to go into Puerto Rico, so we had to switch it up. So, but we were able to do it, and it's been amazing, man. We always happy to have you here, talk with you, and just have fun and talk some basketball. Now after this, it's just special guests, and we talk whatever sports we want, man, and just have fun. Yeah. During the season, we want to have you here too. You're going to see us in the games and everything. So we're waiting your visit to Guaynabo. We're going to be ready for that one, bro.
If you ever need a third host, I'm available, man. I went to school for communications and a lot of media stuff, and we do a lot of media stuff. So I really do like this doing podcasts. I tried to start one in college, but it's a little difficult when you have no money. So
it's difficult, man.
Of course.
But I love doing this stuff. It's like I said, it's a blessing to be here. And anytime you guys want to kick it and talk, man, just let me know. You know where I'm at.
Before we go, everybody subscribe, follow, obviously all the pages, Instagram, Facebook, and everything. But when you shout out your social media where people can follow you, find you, and give a little message for the faithful in Bayamón. What can they expect from Oenis Medina this season?
My Instagram is O_Medina33. You guys can follow me there. That's really only the only social media I use. Bayamón, man, I'm ready to work. I'm ready to come in and put in the work every single day. I'm ready to come in and play hard every single play. Whatever you guys need from me, I'm willing to do it. I just want to help you guys win every step of the way.
You got it.
Ahí lo tenían, mi gente. Oenis Medina, Puerto Rico. You got it, bro. First of many. Thanks for coming. We appreciate you. Los apreciamos a todos ustedes, mi gente, por estar aquí con nosotros. No olviden suscribirse al canal, seguirnos en todas las redes sociales y nos vemos en la próxima.
Check it out. Ready.